till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving.
Yo, what is up, y'all? What is up? It's me, King. We're back in the building with another episode, 7200 Second Podcast. And as always, my guy, Coach Dante, is here. Coach, what's going on, man?
What's good? Happy to be back with my best friend, Key. Happy to be back with the show, man. Let's get on and pop it, because I got some words to say about a certain.
We got some stuff for y'all today. The calling lines will be open. Do y'all got somebody y'all want to put on the grill? I know week 2 was crazy. You don't gotta just be from the NFL. It could be somebody from the MLB. It could be somebody from college football. You gotta throw on the grill. You want to throw them on the grill? This your opportunity. We will have that for you towards the end of the show. But we do got some things to get into. Of course, it is week 2. Football is here. Y'all thought week 1 was crazy. Week 2, ooh, Lord. Because from the pick'ems that I did bad. But getting into it, starting it off early, it looks like Justin Fields will be week 3 starter moving forward. Good or bad move for the Pittsburgh Steelers right now, sitting at the top of the North right now at 2-0.
I think it's a solid move, very good move. You're 2-0 right now. Justin Fields has been good. He has not been turning the ball over. The defense has been playing very lights out the last 2 games. Him and George Pickens got a very good connection. They're able to run the ball with Najee Harris, and I think it's a good move. Justin Fields young. I think Justin Fields is a starting quarterback in the NFL, and plus, I think he has a lot better weapons than he had in Chicago. So I think he's doing good. I think he's doing great. He has a competent coach in Mike Tomlin. So Russell Wilson, perfect backup behind him, someone who's won an NFL championship, who's been in the league for a while. So I think that's a good move by Mike Tomlin, keeping him as a starter.
Yeah, I know some people's like, oh, well, Justin Fields, he can't do. I mean, y'all didn't give Justin Fields a chance in Chicago. Look what's happening in Chicago. Offensive line issues, as you can clearly see. Caleb Williams getting sacked 7 times. Wasn't Justin Fields. He still don't got no offensive line, but we're going to address that. But he has some good weapons over there. George Pickens still got fiery moves. Najee Harris, good defense. I mean, you got a good coach. I mean, why not let Justin Fields prove what he can, what he can do? I think he's capable of playing well in Pittsburgh. If he can't see the throwing lanes, definitely can use his feet at times. So I mean, we'll see how Justin Fields is. I mean, I like the move. I mean, it was different when they traded and then they got Russ. We like, ooh, this gonna be a battle. But Russ is good. Someone to learn from. So we'll definitely see. Vic, what's going on, man? Appreciate you. So Justin Fields.
Vic, don't you come in on this college show with no blasphemy about these Eagles, right? Because we gonna get to them in a minute, but don't you do that, Vic. I saw you on Twitter. Don't you do
that. We also got Travis Kelce. Well, we'll talk about getting in Travis Kelce. Cooper Kupp moves on. He's on the injured reserve. The Rams can't catch no break. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nakua's out. Poor Matthew Stafford. But yeah, Justin Herbert, his ankle, his injury is there, but it's feeling better. Hopefully, he can still play. David Njoku, he's going to miss his second game with his injury. Let's talk about these injuries right quick. Do you think it's because they're not playing preseason is why they're getting these soft tissue injuries the way they're getting? Like, they're not getting the reps, but then when they go full speed and full game mode, that's when all the injuries come. Should they at least play preseason to get them acclimated?
Again, I think preseason is important for you to get some playing time, get some game reps in. but I won't use that as a reason. I mean, injuries happen every day in the game of football. In any sport, injury is going to happen. So again, you don't know when the injury is going to happen, and you can't control the injury. But again, again, you can't control the injury. It's just bad luck, man. They all got hurt. Puka Nakua, them, they was doing pretty good in that first game against the Detroit Lions, and then everybody just got hurt. But I still think, like I say, preseason important. A lot of the things, when the coach keeps the team out, keeps people out, they're trying to protect them. They're trying to protect them. Their star players from getting hurt, but still, you do gotta get these guys some game reps so they can have some chemistry with each other at the same time out there. But I wouldn't say by not playing on preseason that injury that's why they sustaining injuries. I mean, injuries happens in preseason as well. Happens in preseason. They're just unlucky that the Rams have to go through with that.
Definitely. The Rams. Then you got the Chiefs. Isaiah Pacheco just had surgery, out 6 to 8 weeks. I know everybody fantasy teams is messed up, including mine. We're gonna get down to that. Well, the Chiefs signed somebody they're also familiar with, and Kareem Hunt. Is this a good signing for Kareem Hunt?
I mean, he knows the Kansas City Chiefs. If anyone knows the Kansas City Chiefs, it's Andy Reid. It's Andy Reid them. So yeah, I think it's a solid sign. He still can be a solid back, still be a solid running back in the league. So yeah, I think it's okay signing.
And then also Deebo Samuels is out. So is CMC. No Christian McCaffrey. What is San Fran going to do? Is more Jawan Jennings? Going to see more of Brandon Ayuk, more of Kittle. Jordan Mason didn't do too bad his debut. What do you think San Fran's going to do with them two key people being out?
Man, I think that I'm not in panic mode yet with San Fran. I think they're I think they're going to lose some games. I think they're still going to do enough to keep the ship going until they get back. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely going to be. I mean, San Fran still has a great defense, so we ain't got to worry about that. It's just on the offensive side. We'll see where the offense is going to come in at. San Fran did lose to Minnesota, but we're going to go over them key games. I just wanted to go into the big breaking news stuff. Bryce Young. See, I'm not going to put the Eagles on the hot seat because I know a bunch of people that's going to. But when it come time to, Dante, I got one said person over here I'm going to put on the grill. But Bryce Young gets benched for Andy Dalton. That's a good or bad move right now.
I mean, whatever it does to help the team win. But one thing I say about that, if you're going to come out in public in a press conference and say, hey, Bryce Young is your quarterback, you got to own up to it. You cannot wait till you see a lick of film and say, hey, we going to Andy Dalton because Bryce Young's struggling. You cannot do that. You got to own up to it. You got to have some confidence in him. But I think Bryce Young's confidence may be shot. It's not just, I'm going to get this straight. It's just not a Bryce Young thing. But I believe Bryce Young is part of the problem. I mean, when you're having wide open throws, you got to make those throws, man. Those some of the throws he did make at Alabama. So Bryce Young has not helped himself out either. I mean, I know the receivers aren't the best. I know the offensive line may not be the best, but as a quarterback, you got to definitely show some type of flash. Like when you're going up against the Saints, your first throw cannot be an interception. Like when you're later in that game, he missed a wide open guy, overthrew a wide open receiver for interception. You have to make those throws. You have to make those type of throws. And I don't believe Bryce Young is the whole blame, but I believe he's part of the problem. But it will all tells you how if Andy Dalton go out there and plays well. If Andy Dalton goes out there and plays well in moving his team up and down the field, then you know that, hey, Bryce Young was probably the problem of the team. If it doesn't, then if it doesn't work out, then the team was actually a problem. But we will only know that. We will only know that if Andy Dalton move this team up and down the field and get this team some wins. We will only know that. We will only know that. That would basically tell you your answer that Bryce Young was part of the problem. And I believe he's part of the problem. I don't believe he's the problem, the whole problem, but I believe he's part of it.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get into week 2 recap of these games. And there were some good ones, there were some bad ones, there were some how the hell did y'all lose this game type of ones, like Monday night. But we gonna get into that. So starting going all the way back from Thursday, we did see the Bills knock off the Dolphins 31-10. James Cook had himself a day. What did we always say about Buffalo? Buffalo has running backs. They just got to use them.
Mm-hmm.
And now that there's no Stephon Diggs, there's no Gabe Davis, you got Keon Coleman, who's a rookie. You got Shakir, who is a good, solid guy. They got MVS over there. Is MVS over there? No. Yes, MVS is over there. So now Josh Allen got to improvise. Now you still got your tight ends, but now he has to rely on these guys. James Cook 11 carries, 78 yards, 2 touchdowns, had a receiving touchdown. He was throwing the ball around. Josh Allen didn't run as much. He relied on his arm. But look what happened. 31-10. Tua got another concussion. You got to start Skylar Thompson. What's going to happen to Tua? He said he's not retiring, but what you think, all honesty, Tua should do?
You say what?
What should Tua do? I know he said he's not retiring. They did put him on IR because he did pick up another concussion. But if you're Tua right now, what do you do?
Well, Tua knows his body, but at the same time, hey, I know it's too early in your career, and you want to still play football. But other than that, hey, it's too many concussions, man. Every time you go out now, it's a concussion. Every time you go out, you gotta stop taking those big time hits and stuff like that. So, and plus you gotta know you can control your body. You gotta know how to land. You gotta know how to land at some point. But other than that, man, I think it's too early in his career to retire. I wouldn't blame him if he does retire because of the concussions. But at the same time, like I say, I think he's gonna continue playing. I think he will. I just see it's just too early in his career. I think he's gonna continue playing.
All right, then you got the Raiders. The Raiders. Oh wait, before that, Schefter just put out that Jordan Love was a limited participant in practice today. So I guess that's a good sign for Green Bay fans. Even though Malik Willis did get them a win, but we're gonna talk about that in a little bit. The Raiders go down to Baltimore and get themselves a win, 26-23. What the Ravens was winning that whole game. What happened in that game that the Raiders came back?
Well, they had Ravens had an interception in that game that happened. And like I say, I think you can win games with Gardner Minshew. I think you can win games. He may not be the best quarterback. He may be a backup, but you can win some games. I thought the Ravens defense did pretty well. I thought the Raiders defense did pretty well. They held Lamar Jackson pretty much in check. Max Crosby was just a beast in that game. The Raiders secondary is really good. And plus, like I say, man, Devontae Adams played pretty well. He's a pretty good target for Gardner Minshew. That was a big win, biggest win of the season. I'm not panicking on the Ravens yet. I believe they'll get it. They'll be fine. I believe they'll beat the Cowboys this weekend. But other than that, just a great, solid game by the Raiders. So definitely a great game that the Raiders needed. They'd have lost this game, the whole Raider Nation be going crazy at this point.
Uncle Rico is very serviceable. Very serviceable. He was 30 of 18, 276, and a touchdown and interception. I just think maybe the Raiders need some type of running attack. Should have kept Burke. Should have kept Josh Jacobs. Zaire White only 24 points. DJ Turner 2 yards. Matheson 1 yard. Y'all can't win no games like this. You got to set up the running game to set up the passing attack. You had nine receptions, 110 yards, and a touchdown for Devontae Adams. Brock Bowers, 9 catches, 98 yards. So Uncle Rico was throwing the ball around. Defense was on point. Lamar Jackson, 21 of 34, 247, touchdown and a pick. Running game with Derrick Henry, 84 yards. Zay Flowers. But Baltimore just gotta find a way to win games. I think Baltimore will beat Dallas too. Had the Browns defeat the Jags 18-13. We had the Jets beat the Titans 24-17. Minnesota beat San Fran. Minnesota, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold looking kind of good right now, Dante. 2-0 on the season. What do you think about as many times as Sam Darnold sat back up now? Do you think now it's time to finally let him prove what he can do?
He's got to continue doing it. He's doing a great job right now. Justin Jefferson, when you have the leader, when you have the best receiver pretty much in the game, of Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison over there. But Sam Darnold, like I say, he's a veteran in the league. He's been a backup, and he's playing some good football. I mean, Minnesota defense has been also pretty good too. That was a huge win in Minnesota, beating one of the top tier teams in the NFC. That was a huge win, huge statement win by Sam Darnold. He's playing some good football.
The Chargers, they coming off hot right now, 2-0 over there in the AFC West under new coach Jim Harbaugh. Justin Herbert, everybody talk crap about Justin Herbert, but Justin Herbert is a dang on good quarterback, regardless with his teams around him. But look who's around him. He don't really have receivers. You lose Austin Eckler. His defense is 50-50, so you got to give Justin Herbert some credit, and I'm tired of the Justin Herbert hate. But 26-3 over a crappy Panthers team, we all know. Will the Panthers get a win this year? Maybe. They possibly maybe could beat the Giants, but we'll see.
I don't think they're better than the Giants.
Oh no,
I don't think they're better than the Giants. Not right now. I don't think they will. Not right now. But like I say, if Andy Dalton comes in and can move the team up the field, and the team can show some life, and they can get a couple wins, then your problem will be answered. It will tell you who the problem was. But right now, I don't think Bryce Young is the whole problem. I just think he's part of the problem. But I would say the Giants are better than the Panthers.
We had the Seahawks going to overtime to beat the New England Patriots 23-20. The Cowboys get their asses spanked. It's a good day. And for me, when the Cowboys get their asses whooped, 44-19. Derek Carr is balling. Raiders, y'all miss Derek Carr? Derek Carr, y'all miss him now? Y'all ran his ass out of Vegas. Y'all miss him now? Derek Carr has scored on every single possession so far this season.
Who they play this weekend? Y'all? They play y'all, huh? Oh my goodness gracious!
I'm not picking us to win.
Yes, y'all. Can I pick y'all to win?
Derek Carr, 11 of 16, 243, 2 touchdowns and a pick. But the man of the hour, Dallas could not stop Alvin Kamara. 20 carries, 115, 3 tubs. They get the 70-yard bomb from Rashid Shaheed. Derek Carr is balling, and the Saints are balling. The Giants and the Commanders beat the Giants 21-18. The Buccaneers, they beat the Lions 20-16. We had the Packers over the Colts 16-10. The Cardinals beat the Rams 41-10. Let me tell y'all something about Arizona. Arizona last year, they competed in games. They competed. I don't know what Jonathan Gannon got them doing. Maybe Jonathan Gannon.
He wasn't a bad coach.
Maybe he's just better as a coach than he is a coordinator. Who the hell knows? But
I think he's good as a coordinator. I just think the Eagles players ain't that good. Ain't as good as y'all think they are. I think he's actually a good coordinator. I didn't think he was a legit problem like that. But like I said, you see what he doing over there in Arizona.
But Marvin Harrison finally gets connected. 3 tubs for Marvin Harrison. Kyler Murray had himself a field day as well. Kyler Murray was 17-21, 266, 3 tubs. James Conner, 21 carries, 122 yards, and a touchdown. And then you had Marvin Harrison Jr., 4 catches, 130, and 2 tubs for Marvin Harrison Jr. But they're 1-1 right now. So he says, "Stop it, Jonathan Gannon's trash."
Guess what? Did he beat y'all last year in Philly? That same coach you call it trash, he beat y'all in Philly. He whooped y'all in Philly. He came back in Philly.
The Steelers against
y'all defense, and guess what? Y'all defense just as much as worse.
The Steelers defense.
The defense still the same. What he love.
The Steelers go up against the Broncos. The Steelers are now leading the North 2-0. They're 13-6. 13-6 was the score over the Broncos. But the Bengals, they fall to 0-2 against the Chiefs, 26-25. And then your Texans Sunday night beat the Bears 19-13. Good competitive game there. And then the debacle on Monday night. The Falcons beat the Eagles 21-22 in the last minute and 43 seconds of that drive. Kirk Cousins was good on prime time, but the defense sucked on Monday night. We couldn't get no pressure against Kirk Cousins. This bend it don't break defense, Vic Fangio, I don't know what he was doing. Slade just let Drake London, here you go. Just let him score. Couldn't stop Bijan. I don't know. I don't know what it was. But anyway. But getting back to some questions here. So Dante, which team in the NFC can you trust right now?
In the NFC can I trust right now? What team in the NFC can I trust right now? I'm gonna go NA. I can't trust nobody as of right now. I mean, San Francisco is banged up. Saints, yes, they look very good, but I don't think they Super Bowl contender. After what I saw from the Eagles, I don't know yet, but I still think that at some point I think they'll get it together. But I'm just saying that I don't trust nobody right now. The Lions, not at this point right now. No, I don't trust no one.
Is it time to panic for some of these 0-2 teams? You got Baltimore's 0-2.
I think they'll be fine. I'm patient with them.
Jacksonville's 0-2.
Panic.
The Rams is 0-2.
Panic.
Titans, Colts.
Panic.
Giants, I ain't worrying about.
I think the Colts will be fine.
Carolina, I damn for sure ain't worrying about.
Not even the answer.
All right, y'all. We are officially week 2, but we gotta talk about this next one. And Coach Dante, he is up. It's time for the coaches list, y'all. All right, Dante, who is on your list today? Hold up.
All right, go ahead. Number 5, you have my guy Nico Collins, man, who is turning into a number 1 wide receiver. Like that graphic right there. Might use that graphic every single time I do my list, but like that graphic right there. Shout out to Key again for that. My boy Nico Collins turned into a number 1 wide receiver at number 5. Y'all see the stat line on the Chicago Bears. And this is why I'm going to tell somebody. When you poke the bear, this type of stuff will happen. Tyree Stevenson on Sunday Night Football, we got a first down and all you on a run play. And all you can see, Tyree Stevenson puts his hand in Nico Collins' face and his helmet. Nico Collins gives him a little punch. Yes, we go 15 yards back. Now it's 2nd down and 24. The very next play, 24-yard touchdown catch for Nico Collins when C.J. Stroud needed him. He was the number 1 guy. 8 catches for 135 is Nico Collins.
All right. We got at number 2. Or number 4. Hold on. My bad. Got to get it together here. Who was next? Was it Marvin? Oh, yeah, it was Marvin. All right, hold on. See, I was prepared, but my child was like, "Mom, can you bring me my football stuff?" So I had to hurry up and rush. But anyway, number 4.
Number 4, Marvin Harrison Jr. His first game did not get targeted much. This game, 4 receptions, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray had 4 touchdowns, 4 incompletions. The four incompletions was to Marvin Harrison Jr., but Marvin Harrison definitely played a great game on Sunday. So number 4 is Marvin Harrison Jr.
So Vic got a good question. He said, was it a waste of trade for Stephon Diggs?
Absolutely not. If it's anything, it's helping Nico Collins. But seeing what he did last year with no Stephon Diggs, a lot of teams would double him. But I don't think so. Just because of the numbers and he's not getting targeted much, is that absolutely helping out Nico Collins. Once people start drawing on, and then Kate Stover. Don't forget about the tight end Kate Stover. My other tight end Brevin Jordan is out, so it'd be a lot of opportunities for Kate Stover. And I think Stephon Diggs is going to get targeted more. I think it's going to really open up more for him.
All right, coming in at number 3.
Got Josh Jacobs. Now, if you're playing the Colts, your key is to run the football on them. Joe Mixon, 150 yards, 30 carries the last opening week. This week, Josh Jacobs, 32 carries, similar. 32 carries, 151 yards for Josh Jacobs. That's your running back Raiders, and you let him go to the Green Bay Packers right there. So other than that, yep, they beat the Colts on having a great running game. So if you're playing the Colts, you know you got to run the football against them. You can run
the dang ball
defense. So yeah, that's number 3.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Really? All right, hold on. I got you. Here we go. Doggone it. Gotta get the next one up in here.
All right, so number 2, Kyler Murray. 4 incompletions was to Marvin Harrison Jr., as I mentioned. 17 of 21, 266 yards, 3 touchdowns for Kyler Murray. This Cardinals team is playing very good. They're very competitive. They look like a totally different offense with Kyler Murray up under center. And, you know, they may end up being a sleeper team in that division now that the Rams are down a little bit. This team is really good, man. I like this Cardinals team. Not to mention James Conner had 122 rushing yards and a touchdown in this game. So, yeah. So we get to the number 1 player.
Number 1!
Alvin Kamara, 20 carries, 115 yards, 4 total TDs. The 4th total TD came on a screen touchdown pass from Derek Carr. So yeah, what a day for Alvin Kamara and the unstoppable Saints offense right now. That's my top coaches list. Number 5.
Saints marched on in Big Dallas and got that win over the them boys. We still them boys. I can't talk because we lost, but you know my joy and pleasure is whenever Cowboys lose, I don't care. All right, y'all. So getting into the nitty-gritty of things, get down to these picks and predictions for week 3. Already week 3. We were just talking about week 1.
Yep.
Already week 3. Coming in Monday night. Oh God, you got to pick some Thursday night game. Patriots and the Jets.
I'm going with the Jets.
Of course, I got the Jets too. Monday, 1 o'clock. We got the Saints and them Eagles. I damn for sure ain't picking the Eagles.
Yeah, you gonna pick them?
No, I got the Saints.
I gotta go with the Saints. Every time the Saints been playing the Eagles, I've been picking the Saints. I like their defense. For what I've seen for the Eagles, I just don't like. But you know, this probably the game that the Eagles may wake up in. You just never know. But the Saints playing at home, the way that offense is rolling, the way the Eagles just can't tackle nobody, just as insane to me. I'm taking the Saints. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I'm taking the Saints.
Chargers and Steelers. Give me the Chargers.
Give me the Chargers. I got the Chargers.
Yeah, Texans against Minnesota.
Give me the Texans in a close game.
I got the Texans too. I think that could be a good game. I don't know if
I think it's gonna be a good game.
Or not. Justin Jefferson, I'm not sure if he's going to be in, but it should be interesting. We got the Broncos and Tampa Bay. Give me Baker Mayfield and
Tampa Bay.
And Mike Evans all day long.
Give me Tampa Bay.
Packers in Tennessee. This could be an interesting game, only because Will Levis his second year. Then you get Malik Willis again, starting. But you know what? I'm going to take. Hold on, who did I take? Did I take Did I take Tennessee? I think I take Tennessee.
I don't know who did I take. I don't know. Let me see who did I take. Let me see. I don't know who did I take. Who did I take?
You know what? Give me Tennessee.
Yeah, I took Tennessee in the game. I took Tennessee.
So give me Tennessee to beat the Green Bay Packers. I think this game should be interesting. The Colts and Bears should be an interesting game too, but I'm gonna take Indy in this one.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
Can the offensive line hold up for the Bears long enough for Caleb Williams to do something? There's no running game with DeAndre Swift because you know why? There's no line to block. DJ.
I think it will turn out. It will be a running game for DeAndre Swift. The only reason that the running game wasn't working because my Texans are a good run defense. I think we just a great run defensive squad, a good run defense. So is there, but I believe if they can't run the ball against the Indianapolis Colts, then you may have some questions on
that. Raiders by 90. Raiders and the Panthers.
No comment.
Or Andy Dalton. We got the Seahawks. Geno Smith going up against the Dolphins, going up against Skylar Thompson. I'm going to take the Seahawks here.
Taking Seahawks. You know what? They almost had me. I was about to pick the but I forgot them was odd too. But I'm glad. I say wait, two are odd. So I picked the Seahawks.
This was a tough one for me, the Ravens and the Cowboys, but I do think the Ravens will bounce back here and don't go down 0-3. I think the Ravens will pull it out and beat Dallas.
That's why I'm going with the Ravens. I don't think they want to go down 0-3, and I don't think they will go down 0-3. So yeah, I'm taking the Ravens.
Cardinals and the Lions. This should be an interesting game. This might be a good game here.
I'm trying to see. I don't know. You took Detroit? I think I did take Detroit. Yeah, I'm taking Detroit in this game.
49ers and the Rams. Both teams are banged up, but I still think the 49ers can pull this out.
I'm going with the 49ers in this game.
And we got the Chiefs and the Falcons. Prime time. Kurt again is prime time, but he not beating the Chiefs. So I'm taking Kansas City.
Yep. I'm taking Kansas City to win.
And why is there 2 Monday night games on? Whose idea was this? 2 Monday night games. We got the Jags and the Bills. I'm taking the Bills.
I'm taking the Bills.
Commanders and the Bengals. The Bengals bounce back and get their first win against Washington.
I agree.
All right, y'all. There you have it. Picks and predictions. Hopefully, you see where your picks are. I was second last week in the Pick'em League, so I did something right. Ern was the one who won. He was top dog. But let's talk about some WNBA real quick before we move on to college and before we open up these phone lines. So anybody who wants to put anybody on the grill. WNBA season is over on Thursday, which is tomorrow. Regular season is done. We got six games tomorrow. But let's look at the standings here. And it looks like Atlanta and Washington. Who would have ever thought we would be talking about Washington getting the last playoff spot?
They got hot.
So New York, Minnesota, Connecticut, Vegas, we got Seattle, Indy, and Phoenix are your top 7. So Atlanta right now is in 8th, but they haven't clinched anything yet. But Washington could possibly sneak up there and get that top spot. Of course, your Wings and my Sparks have been officially eliminated.
Yep. And we got it. We was bad. We were hurt. We were injured, literally injured. We wasn't even healthy. We was injured from the start of the season to the end of the season. We was injured.
Asia Wilson gets 1,000 points this season. She surpasses Angel Reese's rebound record. Can we just get her the MVP now? Like, we don't got to announce it. Just crown her.
No, just give her the MVP.
Do you think she gets Defensive Player of the Year again?
Yes. She's the best player in the WNBA.
Diana Taurasi doesn't know if she's going to retire or not. She said the end is near, but she don't know when. She's still a big still a good role over there with the big three. Her and Kalia Copper and BG. BG and my player got ejected last night. Going at her, Rakia Jackson. Them two got ejected last night.
Yep.
Caitlin Clark. That second, and Dante, we said, how many games did we give him?
I gave him like 17 to 20.
20 and 19.
That's good. That's good. You're supposed to be with the talent you got. You're supposed to be. Supposed to be that good.
We said they got to win 10 games. They got to win 20 games.
Yep. 17. If they won 17, I think that would be a compliment because you just don't need to be winning on 11 and 12 goddamn games with that talent you got. You just don't need to be winning that.
They poured it on in the second half. Kelsey Mitchell.
She a bucket.
Kelsey Mitchell. Caitlin Clark.
What happened to what you call it, to Erica Wheeler?
Her ass probably on the bench.
Well, she should have been set down from the start of the year. She should never been starting over Kelsey Mitchell.
Never. Nope. But the Aces beat the Storm last night. The Mercury get the 4-point victory over the Sparks. Minnesota beats Connecticut in a close game by 2. Walking bucket. Nafisa Collier told him she a bucket every time the ball touches, she a bucket. What she had? 25 last night. The Mystics lose to the Liberty.
They were that good. They were 39. The Lynx, they were that good.
What happened?
The Lynx 30 and 9. They were that good.
Yeah. Liberty beats the Mystics, and then the Dream beats the Sky. Clearly, no Angel Reese. She's out for the season. But they need to add one more piece to that Sky team. Who they had? Perdurso. She didn't even play last night. I don't know when nobody lost. Norca Dorso. And you ain't have Kennedy. You ain't had Kennedy either. So you ain't had nobody playing.
Mm-hmm.
But who's your favorites going into the playoffs? How far do you think Caitlin Clark and this Fever team can go?
It depends on the matchup. It depends on the matchup. I think they can get to the second round depending on the matchup. But as long as the Las Vegas Aces are in there, I'm in the defending champs. 2-time the defending champs, I'm always get them an opportunity. They always get opportunity.
Yeah, most definitely. Thinking it could be the Aces in New York maybe again. Let's see what Minnesota do.
I think I'm gonna go win healthy. I'm gonna go with the Connecticut Sun as a dark horse for the WNBA title. I think they got a very good defense over there. They got a bucket and DeWanna Bonner over there. Ty Harris is a great 3-point shooter. And Dejanay Carrington, a 3-and-D player. I like her over there. I think my dark horse for the WNBA title could be Connecticut. Matter of fact, if they not in the same bracket, I would pick. They in the Western Connecticut in the East, right? In the East.
I think so.
They don't. If they not in the same bracket, then I'll pick Connecticut and the Aces to make the for the WNBA.
Yeah, Connecticut in the West, in the East.
Yeah, so yeah, I will actually pick them to be in the WNBA finals.
It's going to be a good playoff. This is when we going to see the nitty gritty of things. Caitlin Clark finally, getting her team together because we thought it wasn't looking too great for her in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
It was not looking good. But clearly she's going to be Rookie of the Year. Clearly.
Matter of fact, that's going to be my prediction. I'm going with for the West. I think in a series, I think the Aces will beat the Lynx. And I'm going for the series was close last year between the New York Liberty and the Connecticut Sun. They unfortunately Brianna Jones, remember, didn't even play that whole series because she was out with Achilles. The WNBA Finals prediction, it will be I will go with the Aces and the Connecticut Sun, and the Aces will win the WNBA championship for the third straight year. Repeat.
All right, so let's talk about some college football. Get your picks, get your upsets. And then we open up these phone lines here. Whoever wants to call in and put people on the grill. First, we're going to put our picks on the grill, and then we're going to open them things up. So if you want to call on in, I will put the number up for a little bit. But let's see, going on into some football. All right, so it looks like Wisconsin QB Van Dyke has torn his ACL, so he's going to be out. But let's get into these rankings here. At number 1, taking out Georgia, we got them Texas Longhorns. We got Arch Manning coming there slinging the rock 4 tubs for the injured Quinn Ewers. Talk about your Longhorns, Dante.
We're going to lose to Georgia. But we still make the college football playoff. I think we'll be good enough to make the college football playoff. But I got to see Arch Manning do it against somebody like Georgia, like Tennessee or something like that. I got to see him do it. I don't want to watch him. Well, I will always watch my team, but you did against San Antonio. You did against UTSA. So, no, it was impressive, but, I'm not. I got to wait till he do it against somebody really good.
So you got Texas at 1, Georgia 2, Ohio State 3, Alabama 4, Ole Miss 5, Tennessee 6, Missouri 7. Them Hurricanes is 8. We got Oregon at 9. We got Penn State. We are at number 10. USC 11, Utah 12, Kansas State is 13, Oklahoma State 14. We got Oklahoma at 15, LSU 16, Notre Dame 17, Michigan 18, Louisville 19. You got Iowa State at 20, Clemson 21, Nebraska 22. Cornhuskers, got my cousins up there on the team. We got who else is that 23? Who that? Oh, Northern Illinois is at 23. Illinois is 24, and then Texas A&M is right there at 25. And then, of course, you had your honorable mentions. Anything wrong with that ranking? Everything's good?
It's good on my end.
Archman is going to play his butt off. My man has been sitting on NIL money and has not been able to touch it.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, who is leading the offensive and passing is Dart from Mississippi. Jackson Dart. He's leading right now. Then Cam Ward, and then Hoover, Shador Sanders, and then Morton is following up. And rushing right now is Johnson from Iowa, Caleb Johnson. Who's leading in receiving yards right now is Nick Nash from San Jose State. Is your top 25. But let's get into some picks here. Nebraska and Illinois. Friday night. We'll kick it off. Who wins?
Who?
Nebraska and Illinois.
I'm going for Nebraska. I'm taking Nebraska.
Ohio State and Marshall.
Pass.
Clemson versus NC State.
I'm taking NC State.
Arkansas State against Iowa State.
Iowa State.
All right, you got Kent State versus Penn State.
Pass.
Penn State better win. 0-3. They 0-3 Kent State. That'll be an upset. USC over Michigan.
USC and Michigan. Upset of the week, Michigan.
LSU versus UCLA.
LSU versus UCLA. I'm going with LSU.
Miami of Ohio or Notre Dame.
I'm going with Notre Dame, even though they took a big crap last week. Even though, again, golly, man. Hey, bro.
Georgia Tech versus Louisville.
Georgia Tech.
We got Buffalo and North Illinois.
Buffalo.
Utah over Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Vanderbilt and Missouri.
Missouri.
We got them Hurricanes against South Florida.
Miami.
Tennessee and Oklahoma.
Tennessee.
Bowling Green against Texas A&M.
Pass.
Georgia State Southern against Ole Miss.
Pass.
UL Monroe against your Longhorns. That's a pass. And then Kansas State versus BYU.
Kansas State.
I guess. No games really is appealing. But then again, you never know because them games are usually good. Who Colorado playing today? Who Colorado playing this week? Because they had some slack because Shador didn't shake quarterback's hand. Oh, they got a bye? I think so. They ain't playing this week. Oh, they get to chill. All right, y'all. It is time. That time. The phone lines will be open, but before I do that, Coach, who you throwing on a grill this week?
Man, I hope Vic don't come in here with his bull crap. I ain't trying to hear that. Because this is on calls for the game that I watched, the Monday night football game between the Eagles and Falcons. I'm not even an Eagle fan. And I was pissed off about that. If you, the coach of that team, you're running the football very well. They got one timeout left. First of all, they jumped off sides on purpose to prevent the tush push. And Nick Sirianni declined the penalty, which was the right thing to do. They do the tush push. Now they come off the timeout. They get about 6 yards to make it at least 3rd down and 4. Give up a time to force them to give up another timeout. So now they without no timeouts. So you got about 1:42 left to go. It's 3rd down and 4. Saquon Barkley, that's the second time of the night that you ran the ball and you trust in that big old ass offensive line. Saquon Barkley got you down now in that offensive line. That defensive line is tired. So why would you throw the ball to stop the clock? And if you end up short, 4th and 1, tush push again. They can't stop it. Is they going to go outside on that one? Is they going to go outside on the tush push on that one? Will they go outside on that one? No, because you give up a free 1st down, and then the clock will stop. The clock will stop. So you tell me why do you throw the football and you stop the clock? And all of a sudden, now you have to go for the field goal. You're forced to go for the field goal instead of trusting Saquon Barkley. Now, Saquon Barkley is not a great pass catcher. If you guys don't know that, he's not a great pass catcher out of the backfield. He has more drops than any running back in the league for the last couple of years. So why not put Saquon Barkley in that big old ass offensive line of work? Why not do that? Why not do that? But instead, it was a good play call. I'm not mad at Kelly. I'm not gonna blame this on Kellen Moore, because at the end of the day, it's the coach responsibility to say, hey, let's get about Saquon Barkley and let's get out this game. Let's get out this game. Too bad. And I'm gonna get to the defense in a minute. Too bad that like I say, I don't think the defense performed well, even though they gave up 22 points. But I'm gonna give you the reason why. But other than that,
Dante, you know what the Eagles defense was?
What?
That's terrible.
But other than that, you stop the clock. Then you kick the field goal to go up a touchdown, which they need a touchdown anyway. But other than that, the thing about it, this defense didn't get no pressure. That defense only had one. Where was that defensive line at? Defensive line only had 1 sack. Only had 1 sack all night. No pressure at all. Now I'm gonna take you back to earlier in the game. I'm gonna take you back to the early in the game. It's 3rd down. It's 3rd down and about 8, I believe. Kirk Cousins them have the ball. They have the ball. It was a check down to Kyle Pitts. It was a check down to Kyle Pitts. It was 2 Eagles defenders right there with a chance to stop them. 2 tackles missed. Instead of 4th down and 8, it's 4th and 3. It's 4th and 3. They go for it. He hits Rodgers right over the middle for a 1st down. You know what happens the very next play? Oh, you decide to blitz, touchdown. C.J. Gardner-Johnson gives up a touchdown, man-to-man. That's what happens. Instead of 4th and 8 and tackling Kyle Pitts, two Eagles missed a tackle. All of a sudden, they get the first down. Then guess what? Hey, C.J. Gardner-Johnson gives up a touchdown. But he did get that. He did make up for it.
He didn't make it up for it, yeah.
The 4th down tackle. Which, matter of fact, that fourth down stop, that's when the Eagles had to kick a field goal because Jonathan Gannon did what he did. But the final drive, you playing prevent defense. You playing prevent defense the whole time. No pressure at all. And guess out of all people, I know this is gonna be more upsetting the Ghoulie. Y'all remember Darnell Mooney, right?
Yep.
Who that kid? Who he came from? Who Darnell Mooney played for last year?
Chicago.
There we go. Darnell Mooney gets a post route out of bounds, and plus 2 tackles were missed. He hits Darnell Mooney again, and then you get the second down.
Drake London.
Darius Slay looking at the quarterback. Drake London right there in the end zone. And of course, you got the finale of this one. Of course. You want to blame that interception on Jalen Hurts? Yes, which was a bad interception. But guess what? That's what you get when the coach puts you in that type of situation, when the game shouldn't have been over, and when that defense should not have been on the field, because the defense know you're gonna want to try to get a big play. They know you need a field goal. They know, hey, we can't let them at least get to midfield because Jake Elliott is one of the best kickers in the NFL. So what your quarterback gonna try to do? He's gonna make a play. He's gonna try to make a play. And Jesse Bates had a great night that night because Devontae Smith dropped a touchdown pass, which is Jesse Bates knocked the ball up out of his hands. That was a key moment in the game. But the first Eagles drive of the game, guess who got you down the field? Saquon Barkley. And you know what happened? 2 throwing plays in a row. Throwing plays in a row, and you drew up a play for Johnny Wilson. And the very next play, nobody gets open. Jalen Hurts rolling out, incomplete pass. So, again, I'm not an Eagles fan, but I was upset in the way the game was called, and that's on the head coach, man. Can't nobody say that's not on the head coach right there.
Yeah.
You could have been a part of the game. You've been running the football throughout the whole entire game. That Falcons D-line was really tired throughout the whole night, and you decided to take the ball out of Saquon Barkley's hands in the run game, knowing he's not a very good pass catcher, knowing that that Saquon Barkley needs to hold some blame because he did drop the ball. If he caught the ball, then nobody wouldn't be talking about this. But since he did drop the ball, we are talking about this. And let's get to this defense and the missed tackles.
Hold up, Monte. We got a caller on the line.
I know
who's on the line.
I'm expecting who it is.
Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Vic.
Oh my God! Hey, Vic, you better be good, Vic.
Vic, who you throwing on the grill this week, sir?
Oh, we got a big grill this week.
Lord.
Let me just start off by saying this. I agree with a lot of points that Coach said. Coach makes a lot of good points. But one point he didn't make, he let him escape from blame, and that is Kellen Moore. Just like you were saying, Coach, there were play calls that should have been made throughout the whole game. When we're playing, we got guys in motion. Offense looks great and powerful. Once you get in the red zone, it's like Brian Johnson is back as the offensive coordinator. They don't know what to do. They become stagnant. Jalen doesn't know what to do. He comes out the pocket, just decides to run. It's kind of like he's regressing a little bit, and I hope that doesn't keep up because first and foremost, Jalen needs to focus on passing the ball. Again, we understand he's very talented. He got the feet. He got the moves. He can get the first down. But when you continue to do that, you run into the risk of getting an injury. We don't want our number one quarterback going down in week 2, week 3. So they need to hold back on Jalen running the ball as much. Is this something that he needs to work on? Yeah. Does he need to make better decisions when he's passing the ball? Of course. We've seen it. But when you look at the game and you take that all 22 and you take a look at it, you can see that there's a lot of play calling that shouldn't have been done. There was a lot of calls that haven't been made, and you made it specific. You blended on Nick Sirianni. As a head coach?
Yes, because he's a head coach. He's a head coach.
And I know you're going to be like, what are you talking about? He's a head coach. But listen,
he is a head coach. Can he overrule Kim? All right, go ahead.
Andy Reid is a perfect example. Andy Reid doesn't meddle with the offense, nor does he meddle with the defense. But if he sees that his offense or his defense is in a bad look, or knows that they're not in the right position, he will take a timeout. He will discuss it with his defense or offense coordinator, and then they make adjustments. That's something that Nick Sirianni should do. But again, that's only if he's seeing something that's out of place. If he's seeing that play, that touchdown play to Barkley, nothing was out of place because let's be honest, if Barkley made that catch, there'd be no one complaining. Everyone would say that the defense at first didn't play well, but got it all home.
Well, you're right. You're right about that. You're right about
the fact that they lost. It would have been a totally different story. Saquon went from last week being the hero of Philadelphia, now they're painting him as a villain. So that's the second person on that grill. The Philadelphia fans themselves.
I don't really blame
talking a lot of crap about the team.
You blame me because
it's a big topic lately. But look at Bryce Huff. Bryce Huff has only played 7 games. Well, let me repeat that one more time. Started 7 games in the past 4 years. That's his whole NFL entire career. So you expect someone who started only 7 years within the past 4 years to be at an all-pro level? That's kind of hard to get.
The money he's making, The money he's making.
Bryce Huff and his defensive line, they're coming along. They're young, they're inexperienced, but they're coming along. You saw it. First half, like he said, the defensive line made no push. But in the second half, you see it. You see them getting things coming together. Milton Williams got home. You see the guys creating pressure, but it's not enough. And you have to understand, we're in week 2. They're a young defensive line. They're a new defense, and they have a new defense coordinator. It's going to take time. People don't have the patience. People have this expectation of the Eagles. As soon as they hit the field, they're Super Bowl contenders. You have to understand that we're looking at 17 weeks, and it's a long season. They have a lot more football to go, and they have a lot more growing to go together as a team. So it's going to take some time. It's not going to look perfect. It's not what everyone expects it. And that's another thing. Hold back your expectations. Like I said,
I'm not holding back my expectations. If this team's supposed to be too good, you got too many good first rounders. I can't hold back my expectations. I'm not holding back my expectations.
So there's a lot of issues that go around. But for the Philadelphia Eagles, like I said, they have a lot to work on. They have a lot to get together. But they have that time. They have the right team to do it. They just need to get on the right page. As for Nick Sirianni, I think there's so much scrutiny coming his way. It's unfair. And it's only because you hear people in the Philadelphia media or radio stations constantly talk about Nick Sirianni. They have nothing else to talk about. They have nothing else to provide you with programming. So they're going to make things up, and they're going to make up issues. And this issue has gotten bigger than what it needs to be. If the Philadelphia fans don't want Nick Sirianni, I don't want to hear any fan complaining that we shouldn't fire him or gotten rid of him the next year, which Philadelphia fans will do. So they're the second ones on that grill. Lastly, I don't want to hold y'all up. We all know there's, people have takes. They can be good, they can be bad, but they're your own opinion. But when you have constant takes that are horrible like this, let me just lay out some of them for you. Joe Alt, tackle for the San Diego Chargers when he was with the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Someone said that he sucks. He won't be good as a pro. Christian Gonzalez, we know he's coming into his own now. A lot of people are talking about him being one of the better cornerbacks in the league. He also said he wasn't a good player. Aiden Hutchinson had turned that Lions defense around and has been their number 1 stalwart. Apparently to a certain person, he's garbage as well. And lastly, for Eagles fans, it hurts. You seen Jesse Bates score that interception. You see him do it with the Bengals. But apparently to a specific person, he is horrible. And this person thought that DJ Uiagalelei coming to Florida State would pay dividends and lead them to a national championship. My guy. East Coast Gridiron, you have taken so many losses. Just hold it back. Don't give an opinion. Just talk about what you see, because these opinions are not coming out the way you thought they would.
Appreciate you, Vic, for calling in, putting your takes on who was on the grill this week.
Yeah, I agree with him on DJ. He's just not DJ Ugalon, just not good. He's just not like I gave him an opportunity, I gave him a chance, but it's just if he would have been shown any life, he would have been down there. I just gotta admit he's just not all that good. But appreciate the call, Vic. But one thing I do disagree with Vic. I'm not tampering my expectations for the Eagles. They're too good of a defensive line not to get to the quarterback. How much you paid Bryce Huff? How much you paid Bryce Huff for the New York Jets? No, you got to go out there and make plays. I'm not tempering my expectations on the Eagles. Supposed to be this Super Bowl powerhouse team in the NFC, and the coach's decision. If you had a choice to take the points in the first quarter, take the points in the first quarter. I don't mind you going for it in the first quarter, but if you took the points, it actually would help. But I don't mind you going for it. So it is what it is. But on that fourth down play, that was the last play. It was a great play. It was a great play. It wasn't nothing wrong with the play. The play was wide open. It's just Nick Sirianni can overrule Kellen Moore and say, let's run the football. Run the football, and get us up out of here. But that was his decision to go for it. The head coach has the final say, hey, let's go for it. Let's go for it. And that was a great play. It just unfortunately, Saquon Barkley, didn't catch the ball. And like I said, I'm not giving Saquon Barkley too much stuff. Yes, he should have caught the ball, but I don't think there was nothing wrong with the play call. And plus, too much missed tackles. It's still the same missed tackles by the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. It's still the same stuff. So I'm not going to tamper my expectations. No, I'm still holding them to regardless. And if they're going to be a Super Bowl contender, or which is I think that I'm gonna keep my expectations the way it is. I don't care how early it is during the season. Right. I'm gonna say if Saquon Barkley would have caught the ball, nobody would have been said. But that doesn't mean it wasn't. It was a great play. It was a very solid play. He was open. He just dropped the ball.
Gooley's putting his bed.
I still thought you should have ran the ball. I still thought you should have ran the ball, even if he caught it. Your offensive line was great.
Gooley's putting his offensive line on the grill. He said, I invited a bear to eat Nate Davis special. But if we don't got anyone else that's going to call in and put some people on the grill.
DJU, yes, I did. Yeah, I agree with you on most points, my boy. DJU is just not good. Do-Rad DJ is just not good. Jesse Bates, I think he's a great, solid, good safety, very good safety. He made some plays the other night. The Devontae Smith touchdown, he the one forced the ball out of his hand. The interception, yeah, he made some plays. I gotta agree with you on it. I gotta agree with you.
All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap things up here. But does anybody else want to call in and let me know? You got a couple of more seconds. Dante, what you getting into this weekend?
Man, I got some football stuff to go do, man. But like I said, other than that, Gooley said give him a minute. I think Gooley gonna come call in.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Gooley, you better behave, Gooley. Gooley, you better behave.
I'm about to say, Gooley, don't be all long-winded on here either. 5 minutes at the best.
I respect my boy Vic. It's always a good debate between me and Vic, man. Like I say again, the Eagles still gonna be a good team, but I can't just tamper my expectations on them like that. But most of the points are true. I just can't say DJU is very good though, but I just can't really say that, bro. I can't say it no more, bro. After seeing what I've seen against Boston College, yeah.
Definitely next week. Hopefully, we should be able to come on.
You good, Vic.
But if y'all have not yet done so, 100th episode, we getting there. We at 94. We are.
Numbers not working.
Ain't working.
He said Vic just called it.
Right. Do it again. About to say it works. It better work. If y'all have not yet done so, the link's in the description. Y'all want to support me and Coach? We do have the lovely 7200 seconds shirts and hats as well. Both will be
the Do-Rad DJ. Now, I tried to hang it up with her, but I just.
Gooley!
Am I on the air? This key in the building?
Yeah. Gooley, what's up, Gooley?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Internet World. 7800 podcast. This is Fire Marshal Gooley Burns, and quite frankly, I'm a little upset. Let me tell you something. These Chicago Bears. Y'all had to make my owner, Matt Cooley, very, very angry. You want to know how they know how to make them angry? Let me tell you something. Let's just say you have the NFL draft. You have a young starting quarterback named Caleb Williams.
Oh, he talking about
Okay, he has all the promises. He has everything. Oh, they got a good arm, a good head, a good everything on him. But then you realize the offensive line is still dog doo-doo. They go up to set the ball, and he gets sacked. Broken arm, broken ribs, broken everything. Next thing you know, he looks like the next Jamarcus Russell. You know, all kidding aside, this offensive line is still a problem. It's been a problem for the last 15 years. Because I'm going to go 15 years. Jay Cutler. It didn't matter. Jay Cutler, Mike Glennon, Mitchell Trubisky.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Fields. Even Andy Dalton and Nick Foles, they all have something in common. They all been on their backs for the last 15 years because this offensive line can't block for some reason. The best offensive lineman that the Bears have ever had in that 15-year period, Kyle Long. And he's retired now. And yet it's still a problem. Also, to Mr. Coach, congratulations on that win. It was a really good game. Great defense showing up. But once, I'm not even angry at the defense. They did what they had to do. It's just the offense couldn't do anything. So, as PG as I possibly have been for the last 3 minutes, I will say this. I am putting Nate Davis on the grill. I'm putting Matt Eberflus on the grill because they just said in a conference on a live feed not too long ago, they will not make any adjustments on the offensive line. They want to have a trial and error. So Nate Davis will still start on Sunday when we take on the Indianapolis Colts in Indiana. We are still going to have some issues, but the Colts aren't really that good with their defensive line now that DeForest Buckner is out with an ankle injury. This is a must-win game for the Bears. These next 3 games are the best for the Bears to do, to see what Caleb can do in this offense and DeAndre Swift can do in this offense. You have three teams who are struggling. The Colts, they have their injuries. And after that, you have to go with the Rams at home, whose offense is depleted. And then you also have the Panthers, like a clown face. It's just a clown face. It's just there. You have an opportunity to go 4-1. And if you don't, heads need to be on pike. Matt Eberflus, your head's already on the pike. You're already ready for grilling. That's why I have this nice little toasty little teddy bear just ready to keep you alive. Nate Davis, $58 million, not to block, and have maturity issues, and a weight problem that makes Peters look modest. And then Ryan Poles. I told you on my red video that I have the eye toasted. So guess what? Now, since Matt Eberflus said that, and you haven't addressed offensive line since you've been hired, because you used to be an offensive lineman and you were trash, now you're a GM. I love you, buddy, but maybe it's time for you to get your seat a little bit toasty. So, as I leave here, Key and Coach, let me tell you this. We better win against the Colts, because if not, maybe I might have to imitate Homie the Clown and bring a dang sock and back and say, I don't think so. We don't play that. Love you guys. 7,200. Can't wait for 100. Peace, love, soul.
Yeah, that was Mal Gooley. Make sure if y'all have not followed Mal Gooley, make sure y'all do.
The call-in show was hilarious today, bro. You got my boy B coming.
All right, y'all. We gonna wrap things up here. But tune in next week. We'll have another one at the end. Grill time. Who y'all want to put on the grill again? It don't got to be the NFL. It could be somebody MLB, college, high school, somebody, that did a bad play that you want to put on the grill. Call them in. But we gonna get on out of here. Love, peace, and hair grease. Don't do nothing dumb. Stay safe. Till next week. We out of here.
Peace out, you guys.